Scuba. He does the job that he needs to do and get that fight on the exit. Absolutely brilliant.
We just witnessed the greatest moment in world history as an esport. It was absolutely incredible.
Overcome the biggest team to win the Intel Extreme Masters.
Welcome back to ESL TV for the Intel Extreme Masters American Championship Finals, and now we're moving on to Counter-Strike 1.6 and to the semi-finals. And first up will be Team EG versus Sway, of course, first from Group A against second from Group B, and then later on we have Complexity, who won their group, going up against the second place team in Group A, which was I forgot already. That's terrible of me. Wait, where's my infos? I forgot who it was. Who finished second in Group A?
We've both forgotten. It was Ignite.
It was. Oh my God!
It's late. There's our excuse.
Yeah, 20-2, and you know we've been sat around here for a while waiting for a bit of Counter-Strike to get underway, and now when it finally gets here, forget even who's playing the games. Absolutely fantastic.
But at least you didn't see it
Yeah,
coming.
it was Blight.
Blight.
Yeah.
Well, we were
It
close.
was Blight. It was Blight. Okay, well, we're going to get into the first map here, and we should get the knife round in, which, you know, we've managed to miss all the knife rounds up to now, which is not a problem for me, actually.
I'm deeply upset.
Yeah?
I'm actually the inventor of the knife round.
Well, that's great, then. You can commentate the knife round.
And here he goes. Knife to the face! Can you both? No, we can't do it.
Yeah.
We're not quite ready for the knife round either, as the players are still ready
Yeah.
up. But EG are side who'll go into this as the favourites. They're the favourites for the entire tournament and are going to hope to get through this one. Now, the difference in this to the match we played just earlier is that we can, when we get to 16, say, you've won the map and move on, because we're best of 3.
Yeah.
Now, we are away on this knife round, and actually, the IEM product manager, Carmack, has promised me that we'll never have to do 30 rounds ever again.
Oh, really?
Well, it was either that or I dreamt it when I fell asleep yesterday, but I'm gonna quote him as on air as saying he's going to come up with a better way, because I'm sure when he came into the position, he said he was going to make it more spectator-friendly. So,
Well, that's, you know, happy thoughts, in my opinion. Sway have won the knife round. And they're going to start off on the CT side here. And, of course, we saw Sway playing a little bit earlier on. We're quite impressive here on the old CT side of both maps that we saw them in, actually, which is Tuscan, first of all, and then Nuke. So they'll be looking to get off to a good start here. Obviously, EG not really had any problems with anyone in this tournament so far.
no, they haven't. They're a side who really are looking to go, when it comes to the C, but actually challenge some of the Europeans. And I think we're going to see EG pick up a few more rounds on T than we've seen anyone thus far, because they have that experience against the Europeans where it's become semi-standard to see European teams come closer to picking up 6 or 7 rounds on T side. And I expect EG to replicate that here again.
Yeah, certainly. And, you know, EG are a team that have, like you said, played in Europe so much this year, probably more than some of the European teams even, actually. So, you know, they're definitely a step ahead of the scene generally in North America. Maybe Complexity, you could say, obviously, after a third place at DreamHack, that they're on that same level as well. Right now, we have the two teams in a huddle. Can't actually see them, but I'm being told with faith that they are just hugging each other, and obviously it's post-match, pre-match, meditational methods rather than just hugging for the fun of it.
You don't like a good hug, Joe?
I like a good hug, but not before a
me
game.
down for a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were too busy playing tower defense, actually.
I don't know what this game is you're talking about.
We've been addicted to tower defense whilst not actually casting here this weekend, so that's where you can find us, casting tower defense in the future.
Oh, imagine if tower defense went into like IEM next year. That would be impressive. I reckon like all the Koreans would be the best.
Well, no one could steal your password at least and spoil your show.
Oh, they're not listening.
Not listening. Good.
We were abusing you two over there.
Eh?
Ready? Look in that.
It's funny. It's Funny. So we're going to get this one underway. Both teams finished their pre-match meditational hugging and are now ready to get things underway. So, of course, EG will be starting off on the weaker T side, but a T side that, especially at the top level of international Counter-Strike, we've seen, time and time again recently, more and more, really good T sides. And I think that's something that EG will be looking to build on here early on in this game. And we can see there the setup for both of these sides. And EG looking like they will be having a bit of a creep in towards this upper site. And like Toss says, we will be playing best of 3 here. Not sure exactly how the map choices went. I didn't actually hear that. Frod will take down Ian. Good job nothing's not been fired on, because he would have probably been dead by now. But that bomb is planted in the upper site. That was so fast from EG. It's unbelievable. A to Z has gone down early on in this one. Ness will try to work his way in here with the help of a flash, and he's got one in front of him. Will fire away, and finally we'll take down Lurpis. But there's Frod. It's all now on technical 1 versus 3. They're coming from left, right and centre, and he will be the centre man, Good for Nothing, who will pick up the frag. And EG are going to take pistol round here on T side.
Joe, how do you rate Good for Nothing's integration into this EG team?
I think it's been absolutely flawless. We've seen him obviously last season at the Intel Extreme Masters playing for Gravitas Gaming with some of the players that are now in the Complexity lineup. And for me, Good for Nothing is a really great addition to this side, actually. Obviously, Warden now gone. From the CSC, not dead. But,
Peace be upon him.
yeah, but I think this has gone as smooth as it could, and maybe even revitalised this team, giving them some hunger that an old school player like Warden maybe didn't have anymore, and that someone like Good for Nothing, who's never really had that international presence, will have. And we see that in Europe with players like Get Right, with Gux coming into teams like Fnatic as well. And it's no different here for EG, in my opinion. And once again, they're going to get the bomb down here without losing a single man. The CTs stack the upper side, and guess what? Fail guess.
Team EG look like they are going to pick this up and convert, unless the counter rotation is something Jesus-esque. In they come in. Technical opens up with 1, but there's nothing coming in with 2 of his own. Make that a hat-trick frag. And now he'll help himself to 4. Can he convert onto an eco ace? Doesn't look like Ian's going to go the way of nothing, but Sway have EG have started perfectly, and EG picked themselves up 2 rounds off the bat, and that's exactly what they wanted after picking up the pistol. And they'll look to charge on through here. Sway's perspective, I was a little disappointed with what I saw this morning. I expected for the names that were in that team to see more.
Well, we saw 2 very different Sway teams in both games, actually, which was on the CT side. They were brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Not necessarily as much in the second game, but in the first game, they really seemed to struggle together, and things just weren't happening. Now, that could all change here, and they will hope so as they go forward. And actually, they've got 2 kills already here in this round. That double stack there of Nothing and Storm will fall victim to the Sway defense. Now, EG 3 on 5 obviously have the weapon advantage, but you never really know rounds like this. And EG will be hoping that their players here will be better on the aim and will be able to hold on. There's Frod onto Yayu. There's the bomb plant as well. So that's mission accomplished to EG up to this stage now after losing those first 2 men. But here's Ness with an AK. This is where things could get a bit nasty. Technical is down to Good for Nothing. And we have a 2-on-3 advantage still with Sway. Lurpis, he's sat in a bit of a ninja position. He'll take down A to Z. Good for Nothing has taken down Ian. Where is that last man, Ness? And he's going to run away with that AK, which, 2v1, they'd be able to buy this next round anyway, but I don't know. Why not save that money, I guess? The bomb was ticking too fast for him to do anything there anyway. And that will be the 3 rounds that EG wanted. The third of those 3. No, not so smooth.
It wasn't, but we have ourselves a buy round now, and suddenly it's going to be an opportunity to see whether Sway are ready to sway the scoreboard in their direction. Whoa. Hold your applause on that pun, please. As They make their way through now. On board with EG as they're going to run, looks like all 5 players around the outside pretty quickly. As they drop the bomb down, they're going to boost up Storm and Lurpus to the top. And they're going to spam on through towards, in fact, no, they're going to launch down to the right and have a wee peek onto the roof and down into towards the various cupboards. Did just see 2 people there, Lurpus. Now pokes his head back around, opens up the shooting and the fragging. Yayu gets dropped. And he's got one to his right, very slow to react. Technical gets himself the frag onto Lurpus. Good for nothing is on the back and will drop Technical. And EG find themselves a man to the good once more. As EG are... Where are they? On the prowl. You can see we're at a 4-on-3. Storm's got his way inside, but... No, sorry, may still be on the roof, in fact. There's good for nothing.
He actually saw him coming through the window there, unless there was a flash, which I didn't see. And now it's all on Ian. 1 versus 4, very difficult situation, and he's sprayed down at the end by Storm. And EG right now looking down the scoreboard, good for nothing, who we talked about actually before this game, and how he's fitting in, is 8-1. And I'd say if you're going to try and fit into a team that wants to be successful, make lots of kills and shoot lots of heads.
EG need to be successful, I think, as well. I think there's a time when EG are going to need to hit first place. And I think they're getting better and better as they grow, but they've had a year in that organization now. They've made roster changes from that old Cole lineup that they had this time last year, but it's time to deliver and return on investment.
What was that for a flash? I don't know if it was blind or what, but pretty interesting. There's Ness with the first kill, actually, with a deagle. They've lost 2 men here of EG. Sorry, they've killed 2 men. They lost 1. Obviously, advantage lies firmly with them. Nothing, just checking out the walls down by the entry to this inner site. Will knock out those vents as Frod takes down Yayu. Should be able to get this bomb plant in any second. I remember a clip from Nothing actually last year from the Intel Extreme Masters American Finals from Nuke, where he sprayed through the floor from upper and caught some guys rushing into ramp. 2 versus 3. Good for nothing takes out Technical. It's all on Ian again. No, it's a flash, and it will be Frod that comes across, and that was a fairly simple round for EG, despite losing those 2 men. I think they were in their comfort zone to win that one.
And so far, they've been in their comfort zone for this entire game. They're yet to be challenged, and at 5-0 up on T side, this map is going their way without a shadow of a doubt. As they lead us off the spawn with Good for Nothing, who will lead this charge on inside for EG as they look to push in now, and Good for Nothing will spam a few shots on through. And they now just lie in wait. Oh, Ness charges around that corner and opens up the fragging here. And Good for Nothing will be kicking themselves that he didn't get more involved into that one.
Well, I think Ness might have taken damage there. Yeah. The thing is, Good for Nothing turned away from the flash and then turned straight back in, and I thought that it hit him a lot, which obviously he kind of did there. He's down to 1 HP, but here is Technical. Nothing is dead. Frod has brought it back with a double, and that's one of the beauties about a player like Frod, that when a round looks like it's going to your opponents, they'll come up big and really turn things on their head. Ness with 1 HP, you can pretty much count him out unless he takes someone by surprise. Lurpus on the outside. Storm has got himself into vents somehow. I don't even know how he quite managed to creep into that position. And here's Frod coming down the ladder. Ness was there waiting, and that was the surprise kill I was talking about. Now 2 versus 3. EG on the back foot this round until Storm chimes in with a kill. Onto Ness, the 1 HP master. Some shots coming through vents here, and Storm feeling a bit worried. He's got cover from Lurpus. Now it's all on Yayu. Doesn't know exactly where they're going to come from, but he has spotted one there in front of him, and his aim not quite on. And Yayu's going to run away here. Is he going to run away, or is he actually going to try and challenge? I think he's just going to sit out for the exit kills.
Needs to keep that weapon.
Yeah.
Though after 6 rounds down, things are going to come easier. Money's going to come easier for Sway because they are in trouble. EG are walking all over them at the moment. And the question is, what can you see them being able to do that's different? I mean, at the moment, they're not offering anything to slow EG down. The nades are pretty poor. When they have pushed out, they've not really seen any results. So the basics aren't going well for them.
Yeah, and I think it's, you know, it is that basic thing. And the problem is that EG right now are varying what they're doing. And Sway's defense has been fairly static, I'd say. You know, technical on the outer area, 2 men in ramp room. Actually, we're going to see a quick push here from EG into this ramp room. We've got Ness there, ready and waiting as the flashes come in. Good for nothing, will back up. A to Z on the that area as well. And he got one before being down by Good for nothing. And Yayu is the one that separated these two teams out. Made a wall banging going on, but EG are down in this lower site. Good for nothing will plant. It's Good for nothing and Lurpis against Technical, Yayu, and Ian.
You'd still favour EG, though.
You still would, I think, with the names that we've got here. Right now, Good for nothing. Watching over the vents from underneath. Lurpis takes one, but he is dead. It's now Good for nothing. 2 versus 1. There's Technical. There's Yayu. And he's Good for nothing. And Technical's going to shoot him down. And this bomb defuse will come in for Sway. And they are going to pick up their first round here on CT side. And that was a much-needed round as well. Really, really struggling to get that one on the board. But, you know, there's little differences on the outside there with one man looking over onto the gantry. Just mix it up a bit on the CT side and try and catch EG out. And that's what they didn't do up until now. And when they really did change it, it worked out for them. So they've got to keep on that.
Worst thing Sway could do right now is to lose this next round and really give it up, because the money system will be less forgiving for them after this as well. So they have to turn this round around, if that makes any sense. As like the record there. EG pushing towards the top site. Joe's clearly been visiting meatspin.com. And Storm and Fraud both pick themselves up a frag. I don't suggest anyone who's listening go onto that website. It's Ness is dropped by Good for nothing, and EG respond in kind with what it looks like their 7th round in a row. And there it is, 7-1. EG are flying.
Yeah, and it's all left up to Lurpis to finish there as well in the round. See what I did? It's got to be clever to get that one.
What nationality is Lurpis?
Oh, yeah. See, it is getting late. Around 2 a.m. here in Germany now. And the night is still young.
Oh, yeah.
The puns will still come. That is for sure. Here's EG then. Once again, looking to move up to 8-1, I guess. An eco round for Sway. Yes, it certainly is. Lurpis and Fraud opening up here. Fraud actually getting 2 there in ramp room. The rest of them have ran away in towards that upper site here. And EG will push straight in there, and they should get the bomb down here via Lurpis. And will get that bomb in position. And it's now all on Ian, who's found himself alone quite a lot here. He's just set up on the gantry. Did shoot nothing in the back slightly, but only got him down to 60 HP and will be dispatched of. And that's the lead guaranteed for the first round for EG, for the first half for EG. So whatever happens now, it's about kind of damage limitation for Sway.
Yeah, you have to feel there's more to come as well from EG's perspective. They are they're going to close this one out as best they can. They want to finish this and move on. That will be the word from the bench, if you will. Even though Carmack hasn't had us set up any bench rounds just yet, like we saw before the Quake matches. Here we go. Good for nothing opens up the fragging onto Ian. Yayu is in on the action, dropping Lurpis. Now pushing in towards the top site. Good for nothing gets himself in on the action. And it will be nothing to put the bomb down. And EG are away. Ness is in and gets himself a frag onto Good for nothing once more. 3 on 3 after plan, I think. As now Yayu pulls it back in Sway's favor by a frag. Fraud is gone. And Storm is the man who's going to level us back up at 2 on 2. And Sway have already decided they're going to save those weapons.
Yeah, Yayu just watching down in his lower tunnels with an AWP. And A to Z is actually all the way back in that CT spawn, and Yeyu actually picking up nothing there as they tried to chase that AWP down at the end of the round, but that will again extend EG's lead to a 9-1 half. Absolutely brilliant they're doing right now, and you know, you just can't quite see where these rounds are going to come from for Sway.
Or if they're going to come. I mean, I don't like Sway's chances one bit at the moment. I think they are in danger of falling out of this game very, very quickly. And so Yeyu's going to play a big, big role shooting down through the radio room. And his AWP is now lined up. No one is going to make their way through that way because EG haven't quite committed.
Wow. Fast push there from EG straight into that upper site, and you know, they get the bomb down. No messing around. They're just going to look to finish everyone off. I mean, the rest of Sway actually on the deco here, and Yeyu surely will have a little bit of pressure. A to Z, who of course kept his weapon from the last round, will pick up one frag there, and he's going to follow that kill in with a rush down into lower to get out of the way. Ian as well will look for something. Yeyu has got himself the one kill, but he's now legging it with his AWP. Problem is, where is he going to go? They should put some pressure on him here. He misses the shot. Good for nothing. Will frag him, and that will bring us to a 10-1 EG lead.
10-1, and they... I always seem to think of calling EG Canadian when they're clearly not. They just have that reputation, because their CS team used to be Canadian, that they are they're flying in this one, and Sway are well, they're walking by the wayside now. They are offering very little in this game. As you spy good for nothing charging down the right. Yeyu may be able to open up onto them here. Let's see if we can catch a glimpse onto Yeyu, who is there, has got his AWP. Storm gets himself one frag, but A to Z is in with two. And Yeyu through the smoke. Hello. Good for nothing down. And Sway, two men to the good up. Should be able to close this round out. They're 4-2 up. And it's all on Storm now. Last man standing, 27 points of health. This for 10-2. If Storm's going to do anything, taking down Yeyu would be his best bet. But he's going to do nothing as A to Z gets in with frag number 3 of the round for him.
And that will be the second round, of course, of this first half. Good for nothing is 20-5 right now. Playing brilliant here for EG. Lurpis 8-7, but you know, certainly has been carrying his weight in those situations. Ian 1-11 for Sway, but you have to say he's been alive last pretty much all of the rounds. We've seen him there as well, so that's never an easy situation to come out on top of alive. We've got Fraud in action here with an AWP, and he's out aimed by Yeyu. Ian here could be a bit blind. He certainly will be, and will be pressured from the hut there. He goes down. 4 versus 3. Yeyu trying to do some damage here on that outer area, but I'm not sure what he'll be able to manage, as Lurpis is going to get 1. There's 2. Here comes Yeyu. It's actually now a 1 versus 1. It is going to be Storm versus Yeyu. And Yeyu's got himself an M4. Thinks that man is up at ladder. Storm's giving his position away, actually. And Yeyu's going to tuck in here for the defense. And Storm's going to spray, but through the box was just too late for him. And the defuse will come in, and that will bring it to 10-3. And Sway giving themselves some kind of lifeline in this game, at least.
Signs of life from Sway as the team pick themselves up 2 out of the last 3 or 4 rounds now. And are on the board. 10-3 with EG probably not breaking into sweat at that fact, though, because realistically, T-side, you're not supposed to get to double figures. As Storm will now poke his head through. Down towards the radio room they shoot. As Storm is on the prowl. No one from Sway is pushed out. Yeyu gets himself 2 frags. Let's see if we can catch up with him. And Yeyu's really rotated his positions a lot, actually. You've seen him on spawn side, outside, and now in on the site. Ness has got himself the frag onto good for nothing here. And this is going to be a Sway round. And without reply, nice. 5 straight frags.
Yeah, and that's what Sway have to do in the last round as well. Bring it back to 10-5, and there is hope for them there. I mean, when we saw them in the previous 2 games, their CT sides definitely were their strong point. But against EG, I mean, if EG pick up pistol, obviously, on CT side, it could just be a shutout from that point onwards. Sway need this final round of the first half, and of course that will be our only objective here, is to get the victory. This round, EG taking a little bit more slowly. That early wall banging to do the damage, but actually the kills have been coming in here. Technical has killed his own teammate in Yayu, then was killed himself. So advantage lies now, or did lie, with EG before Ness, who's had a good game in Ramp Room in the previous rounds as well, takes down nothing. And we're back to a 3-on-3. Set up here with 2 men inside of the lobby area. Good for nothing will go down to Ian. Didn't even spot him there, actually. And Lopez will fire through that wall. It's now all on Ness, who I praised a little bit earlier on for those last couple of rounds, but has to do it all alone here to save this half for his teammates. He's got, of course, that M4 in hand. Bit of smoke covering the entrance here from that ladder. He doesn't know exactly where his opponents are going to be. More flashes just put in there by EG, and Ness will go down to Fraud, who was just looking, I guess, from Squeaky Door or maybe even from Hut, and that will be the end of this first half then. 11-4 it will finish, and I'm going to utilize the abacus.
From Sway's perspective, they'll look at that first half and say, actually, the way it started, getting 4 rounds in the end is good enough for them, but come the end of it, you know, 11-4 is just not a good enough score. EG need 5 rounds to win map 1. You would expect them to do that, and you'd expect them, potentially, if they win the pistol, to do it in the opening 5 rounds.
Yeah, certainly. Let's get into it then. We are going into the pistol for the second half. It's EG versus Sway. And, of course, the winner of this game will go through to the finals here in the American Championships. But also, or maybe more importantly even, they will get one of the 2 spots to go to the World Championship Finals in at CBIT in March. Here's kill for kill. Ness will bring the advantage back towards Sway as they look to get back in this game. But so far, it's grenades to the good for EG. 2 kills out of 2 from those grenades. What will they do now here, Sway? Ness is down to 5. Technical's lost a little bit of health. And A to Z is down to 54. The 3 remaining not looking great for health. The EG players, though, amongst them, are a lot healthier. There's Technical. He spotted a slither of someone there through the wall. They don't know exactly what their target's going to be. Let's watch Nothing, because he's kind of sneaking in right now. Through the window. Doesn't know where those terrorist players are going to be exactly. But he is going to flash and probably rush in here after the flash as well. Here comes here comes Nothing. And he shot at a dead body there, gave his position away. Bomb will be planted by A to Z, and we're going to see a bit of a introduction of Lurpis and Nothing from behind, and that was a big move there from EG. They knew what they had to do, get the surround on them, and then get the kills, and that will bring them up to 12 with the pistol round victory, and you'll be expecting at least one more. You know, since they got the bomb down, maybe they'll opt for a 3rd round by here, Sway.
EG are professional in the extreme. They do not want, you know, we mentioned it yesterday, they just want to win matches because they need confidence to grow as a unit. They don't want to give away any cheap rounds. We did see them yesterday with a power and so on, but by that point they already had 25 rounds or so.
Captain Power was awesome.
But just like that, they clean out another round on Sway. Good eco conversion. And we'll have a look and see what they're going to do. I don't think they'll buy because they didn't have much. I take it back. They didn't have many frags, but they do decide to buy regardless. So here we go. 3rd round buy, Joe. If Sway are going to win this, they're going to have to win this round.
Yeah, certainly. This is the important one for them in this second half, and they know exactly what needs to be done. And I've got a feeling they might take it slower than we've seen so far. Yeah, Technical and Nest just moving into position. It's a kind of standard Ramp Room early game strat here for Sway so far. Just trying to hold all these positions strong. Good for nothing in Nest. Exchange kills early on. Here you see he's LOL. Ian's just taking a hit there actually through the smoke. And Storm has killed Ness. Let's see now what Sway can do from this position. One man through to ramp would be good to try and seal this area off, but Ian would have to out-aim, I guess, maybe Nothing, who's usually playing around that position on this CT side. Ian's taken a hit there. They are going to start pushing through as the flashes come in. And it was actually Frod that was back there. He's down to 14 and spraying. Ian's got 1 point of health. A to Z on 53. He's technical as well. Very low HP on 15. They're surely going to have a man watching this position. Maybe not. Technical is... I think he's just seen someone there. I don't know if he has, though. Just wondering where they all are. Lurpis takes down A to Z. Technical's going to make the jump over to the roof. And we'll try and put it in. Nothing will catch him in midair, and that's the second for Nothing through the hut. And that was the all-important round, really, of this first map. If Sway were going to save it, that was the time to do it. And now EG should pretty much sail to this victory, in my opinion. 16-4, 16-5.
There is an air of class about Nothing.
Yeah.
He is head and shoulders the best player that EG have got, and thus the best player in North America. And he is, when he's on in this game, which he is today, and he has been in many recent tournaments, he knows what to do. And actually, when you talk to him, or when you see him talking in any interviews, he's very level-headed.
Yeah, very modest.
He doesn't act like a top Counter-Strike pro who can be very unapproachable.
Yeah.
But Nothing's a very nice chap. Yeyu is the last man standing for Sway now on the ramp. He's got one that he must have done some damage to there, but he's going to have one coming from the right any second now as well that he thinks behind that box. Yes, there is, and his 16 points of health are holding him out for just a few seconds. Lurpis finishes him off.
And that will be map point for EG, of course. Best of 3, so this is just the first map in a series. We'll have to see what we're going to move to next. I didn't quite catch it from the admins. They may not have even told me, to be honest, what was going to be the second map in this game. And, of course, EG just needing one more round here to pick up this first map on Nuke. Let's see if they can do it. Grenades going in. Here's an early push from Lurpis. He's going to be shot down by the Galil. And let's watch Nothing, because he is pushing through and trying that individual performance that we've seen so many times from him. He did get the headshot onto one of them. That was A to Z, who maybe shouldn't have gone down to Nothing there. Ian's Deagle gets one. Here comes Frod. It's 1 versus 1. It's Frod versus Ian. Place your bets now.
Frod.
Ian's still got 1 minute and has a bomb in hand. And Frod's got years of international CS experience and 100 HP. But Ian may have just called his bluff here. And he's wondering if Frod will be watching this upper site. And he's not going to be. Frod is probably even going to run down to this site when he hears the bombs planted. And be like, crap. And then we'll take another route over towards this site. Where is Ian defending from? Right at the front of the site there. Can be a sneaky position, kind of too obvious to be obvious, if that makes sense. Frod just jumping down there, actually, and Ian's going to fire away and takes the head off Frod. And Sway will pick up their first round of the second half. We should have bet some money on that one, as Sway do bring it back to 15-5.
Good play from Sway. They get themselves that round, and Ian, I'm not sure whether he realized that he was, had quite the bettering of Frod in that position, but as you said, it was too simple to be simple, and he picked himself up the round for Sway. So gives them some money and gives them a chance to do some damage here, but at 15-5, there's only one chance left for them. They must win every round from now on to tie us and take us to overtime, and the likelihood of that happening is about as much likely as me joining EG's first team to play at CBIT next year.
Well, bomb has been planted and the kills have come in for Sway. It's not all bad for them right now. And now 2 remaining players alive for EG. One of which is Frod. The other of them is Storm. Probably just going to save it. It makes so much more sense. Yeah, Frod's already in garage, actually, just waiting for them to come out of that upper site. And He'll dispatch as many as he can at the end. Storm has got one as well. He watches out behind the boxes by that CT spawn. Sway will pick up another to bring them to 15-6. But EG, of course, actually, Fraud died at the end there as well. I missed that. But EG, we've got so many game points here, it's ridiculous.
Too many to count. Or 9.
Or 9.
As EG will now set themselves up. Sway will be happy to have got themselves 6 points against EG on this round. Again, considering how badly things started for them. Yeah. But still not that great. Still one other CS semi-final to go. Of course, this is best of 3, so still more to come from this one. But the other CS semi-final, which will be Blight versus Complexity after this. And then we're done for the day. Tomorrow we've got the 3rd place finishes and the grand finals in all 3 games, if I'm not mistaken.
No, not the 3rd place for CS.
Oh, as, Storm's going to get himself that frag onto technical. But Ian and Yeyu remind us why Sway are in this competition, as they pick themselves up a handful of frags, and it's looking rather good from their perspective. Nothing gets himself one on the board onto Yeyu, as he looks to hold down this top side. A little bit of lag would appear to be there, but nothing's going to finish off the round.
Like a robot.
And that is map 1.
Bam. Yeah, that will be the end of the first map. 16 rounds to 6 it finishes. Let's reset the abacus. Our highly technological counting device is very, very important to us. Let's try and check in then with the admins.
I don't think the admins like you very much, though, because they don't reply to you with information.
They actually, I'm like one of 2 English people in this channel, and they all speak English. Okay. I think actually, they're going to start the 2nd game for early. Don't know really what's going on. Not really involved in the discussion. I'm just reading it.
I'm a spectator.
Just reading it. It's more fun like that. So we are loading another map, so we'll find out, you know, in a little bit of time what that will be if it ever loads. So I mean, Toss, what would you like to see for this? I'd like to see a bit of Train actually, or a bit of Tuscan. Not Dust 2. It's not my favourite map. And I like Inferno.
Office.
Office, yeah.
I think that's the best chance Sway have.
Possibly. We're going to play Inferno, which I think is maybe a good map here for Sway. You know, the Inferno, it's very balanced. And I think they're going to have a little bit of freedom to work with here. They're actually just having a bit of a run around right now. I think EG are AFK. Yes, they are. And then we'll just get things underway here periodically. And it looks like Sway are like, yeah, we want CT side, so yeah, you better all switch over, because that's only fair. Not sure who picked one map. Which map, should I say?
Oh, so they are going to wait to show us the whole of Complexity.
Yeah. Well, the other game was scheduled for 18:35.
And it is currently
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 2, yeah, in like 15 minutes.
Dust 2 would be the 3rd map in this one if it's required, but it won't be.
Yeah, I don't think it will be either. I mean, maybe Sway will prove us incorrect here, but I'm not really 100% sure about that, if I'm honest. Not sure what they're all doing now. Let's ask. I always find it's easier to type everything in capitals and then say oops caps afterwards, because you know you get their attention anyway.
Hugging is what.
Yeah, they're hugging again.
So just to update you, if you're wondering why we can't see what they're doing and so on, we're in Germany. It's a lovely place. In the ESL offices, and all the players, of course, are over in Canada.
Yeah.
Bringing this from the biggest mall in North America.
Yeah. It's got a water park and an ice rink, which is where they're playing. Obviously, they don't have to wear ice skates, but they put like stuff on top of it so that it's not that cold. What else is there? Lots of shops, probably a few restaurants.
Now, you may think this is a bit of a an odd location for a gaming event, but this is all part of Carmack's plan to bring esports to Krakow and bring it home. And he's softening the blow for when he does that.
I think it kind of opens a few people's eyes. To stick it right in the middle of the biggest mall in North America will definitely expose it to a lot of people who would never really get to see it.
Yep, quite right there. We are.
Okay. We've got everyone seated, so we're gonna go.
And we're gonna have our knife round to see who picks up this.
Sway got
side.
denied of CT side. They're like, no, you can start on T.
Well, they won the last one anyway.
Yeah.
That was actually their credit. That was about the only thing they did win in the last round.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Obviously, the last one ended in 16-6. And now we're going to get things underway here on Inferno. And we are going to have, obviously, the knife to kick things off. Or are we? That is a question. Yeah, we are. Surely we are. Yeah, we are. I assume we are, anyway. I don't think we are. I think they're just going to go straight into pistol here. And if you look at how things have set up already, that's how Sway look, and that's how EG look. And EG here have pushed very early on, and Good For Nothing will take the first kill. Frod is there as well, and they're wondering exactly where they are. Lurpis and Frod doing a great job together there on the men, just hiding under that small pit there. And only Ian, again, seems like he's the last man saviour of Sway, or not always the saviour as the case may be here, and will be taken down by the only non-North American player, and of course in the CG lineup it is of course Lurpis from Finland.
Yeah, it was an odd pickup. I mean, rumour has it that EG went for Neo first and then went for Lurpis. Lurpis, of all the people, if you're going to pick someone out of Europe, will probably not be people's first choice.
No, definitely not, but I think it's turned out to be a great choice in the end for EG. You know, Lurpis has got the ability to call, he's done it before, and he also is very, very experienced. He's a very cool-headed player. You may not point him out as to be someone on the caliber of Neo, but, you know, they've got nothing right now who's, at the minute, putting up a bit of a Neo-esque kind of round. And we have now 2 players remaining. Ian, surprisingly. I heard that if you rearrange the letters of Ian's name, they actually, you can get last man standing from it. Obviously not his nickname. And there's a stack of Storm and Lurpis just stood on each other's heads down middle. Interesting little positioning work from EG, but they of course have started off well. They won the pistol on CT side of the last map. They've won the pistol on CT side of Inferno. We'll have to see if they can put in such a dominant side here. Actually, they won the pistol on on both sides last time, even.
Yeah, EG have not really been questioned other than that knife round. That's the only thing EG will take away from this and say, oh, they blemished our record. We didn't do it.
What? Slayer killing themselves. As Good For Nothing will just drop a grenade. They're the worst kind of grenades, you know, not the ones that come flinging off the walls and are really fast paced, but the ones that you just kind of throw at the floor and they just sit there and everyone's like, oh.
What do I do?
Bam. Well, that's the 3 rounds over, and of course now the opposition team of EG, Sway, will now be with weapons in hand and plenty of grenades to do some damage. Looks like they'll start off fairly fast-paced here as they start to move down into carpeted hallways, and they're not messing around. They're rushing straight out. Let's get over to the men. There's Lurpis, one of them, and actually Storm was taken out quickly, but this is a quick retort from EG, and last man alive is Technical, who was up on the balcony, and Frod will spray him down through the wall. Now that is a great round from EG, and actually we saw EG play their first game on Inferno, which is where Lurpis got his para out for a while.
Yeah.
And like top fragged for the second half while he had that para. And that was against Kindred, actually, in the first match we saw from the Intel Extreme Masters American Championships for 1.6. So let's see if EG can continue here. Their bit of reign of terror that they've got going on. We'll stick with Frod because he's the man in position. And just simple spray and kill.
This is very straightforward for EG. They've Sway are not offering anything more here on Inferno, which is a more common map, well, not even more common than Train, but is a more balanced map than Train, and it doesn't look like anything's going to change anytime soon.
I can't see it personally. Yeah.
The map, it's the screen's over there.
Well, I mean, Inferno might not change, but I don't even see the teams changing. Maybe not even EG's tactics changing, because it's like, okay, we're tired, we want to go to sleep, so let's win every round as fast as possible. And so far, that strategy is definitely working out for them. Lurpis this round has got the first one. Finally, Yehu has got one back, and of course, this can work with EG and also definitely against EG. If they get a little bit too overconfident, they could find themselves in a sticky position. But right now, confidence is everything. And this is what Kindred did. They were sat back so far in spawn a lot of the time that EG just pushed harder and harder and harder. And all Kindred could do to answer was sit back even more.
Yeah, there's no answer to when a team is just that much better than you at the moment. Sway are sat having to contemplate the meaning of life, whether they want to go on, whether they shouldn't just...
Well, they should go into the locker room and find an ice skate to slit their throats on the ice rink, ceremonially. That was a bit deep, wasn't it? I don't know where that came from. It was from the time.
Here we go. Ian will make his way up the banana walkway with a few shots spammed off. And this almost looks like a well-thought-out round from Sway, that he's keeping someone occupied over at banana for an attack to come through the middle.
Is it a well-thought-out round by Sway, or is it the fact that EG have sat back at Sway like, oh, okay, they're giving us a little bit of freedom?
I think you're probably right there.
There goes the nade. And Ian's surely lost a bit of health in that. Certainly. And, Ness is still actually on -1 at the minute for his team kill, I think, in the second round of this first half here on Inferno. We are going to see, finally, a good push. I'm saying good as in it's concentrated and they've got nades and things like that. Whether it'll work out for them is still to be seen here, because Nothing and Good for Nothing are really working together on this bomb site on the defense, and to be honest, they're absolutely destroying everything. Lurpis comes in from CT Arch, and well, what can you say? EG right now are just looking head and shoulders above this this team of Sway.
Lurpis just wanted a frag. He just wanted something to do.
Yeah.
Whenever they find out where the action is, they move across, because at the moment there's not much else to do, as Sway are just sat back in a mess. Here we go. They're going to charge up through the middle.
Again.
And EG want to push out and find those frags as soon as they can. As soon as one of them calls, right, they're over here. The swarm will begin. Frods almost doesn't want to tell them where he is, but he has to now. He's dead. Lurpis gets himself the frag onto Ness, and Ian's gone as well, as A to Z gets himself in on the action. Ian's still alive, in fact, because that's because he's killed for good for nothing. And Sway suddenly have a round on here. It's 1 on 2. Nothing's the last man standing. Bomb should be going down. It is, as Nothing will charge around the corner, open up onto the first man, lost half his health, and now has a man down in the pit, which he's already seen. Spams a few shots through and finishes off Ian, and that is classy.
Sway calling a timeout. I think they need it right now.
Why don't they call a match conflict as well? Because that's going to help them.
Well, 8-0 down. They're already, you know, down at the half-time guaranteed. But the thing is, they want to kind of minimalize that downness that's definitely going to come in for them. Not sure what's going to be said in this timeout, you know. You know, on the T side, I think they should have had everything pretty much sealed and ready, and it's more the T side is usually easier to kind of adapt on the fly, but you know, it's just not worked out for them so far. They're 8-0 down, already getting into this one. Let's see if there's any more news about.
Yes, tell them yes that they'll start.
Yeah, no, they meant our game, I think. So, yeah, and Nothing is 12-1 in this.
He'll be annoyed about that one.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for
only
for
9
Sway.
kills in 8 rounds for Sway.
You have to wonder what they expect to achieve on the timeout, but could be wrong as to whether they have a master plan.
This is correct. And obviously each team gets 1 timeout per game, which I think it's 5-minute timeout. I don't know if the admin's like, okay, timeout, and then time in. I'm guessing not. I think it's just a rough 5 minutes.
Sometimes you see once teams have used their timeouts, the Europeans, for example, will just sit back and lose a round if they're going to lose it.
Disconnect.
What? See, that's what I'm always a favor of. If you need a timeout and you don't have one, break the PC. Because otherwise...
Let's have a look at the comments, see if any of you guys are... If you compare the level of Counter-Strike with the semi-final we just saw today at the EPS finals, the difference is shocking. Yeah, I mean, with today, alternate mouse sports, N faculty, and the other team, which is, I can't even remember. I'll be honest, I don't actually follow the EPS all that closely, unless I, really enjoy to watch it, which is good, but I don't often get time to do that. Harlson says, you're right, Miffy, there's a huge skill difference. EG is rolling through this with, really without any problems whatsoever. And that's very, very true as well.
And if Miffy says it, then Miffy was our man yesterday who was stopping everything and was helping us out with our puns that we were desperately trying through last night. It is 2:30 in the morning here. EG not being swayed in the early game. That is an awesome line from Miffy. He's good at the puns. I tell you what, we should get Miffy to cast.
Yeah, we could do. We're back in the game, by the way. A to Z has killed Storm. Wow. This is going to be interesting. Look at Frod's position now. They've seen one man come, so they're not going to check it. Obvious position is obvious. And Frod will open up with 2. And look, it's Ian. Ian.
Last man standing.
I've got an uncle called Ian, actually. And a cousin called Ian. It's a good name. There goes Ian. Killing Lurpis. Ian versus Nothing and Frod. I seem to be saying Ian a lot. And he will go down to Nothing there. And that will be 9-0. So Sway bringing it close-ish that round after the timeout. But I think not close enough to really write home about. And maybe say that timeout was successful for them. But you never know. That could change here.
But at least they did
remaining
something.
6. Frod caught them out, to be honest. They should have checked that position.
Key point being there that Frod didn't shoot his load too early. He just sat and waited till he was confident that they were going through. A more inexperienced player would just be like, 1 kill, I might get 1,
Yeah.
and open up. But no, fortunately he held on to get both of the 2 men that were there. Now we see Sway coming inside down the carpet hallways with Ness leading the way.
It.
And
Storm.
it's Storm that's going to have to open up onto Sway. Fires up on the first man, but took too long, and Ian got the kill. Ian is the man of the match for Sway with 6 frags.
Ian and A to Z remain. A to Z up on the boxes. 3 versus 2, actually. And here comes a one-man EG. Oh, I can't believe Frod actually killed A to Z there before Ian managed to kill him. And now, again, Ian is all alone. There's good for nothing. And there's nothing. And of course, they're defending over by the banana site together, and hence why they're the last 2 remaining to get themselves over here. What can Ian do? He's got the bomb, like he always seems to have. And he is now going to go for the plant. Easy, just sitting back, actually. And they're just going to come in from both sides here. Let's just stick with Ian. They've seen him going to that site. Good for nothing. We'll spray him down. And EG are going to make it 10 out of 10 here on Inferno.
This is not even close from Sway.
I was expecting a really good game here, actually. And, after complexity in Sway was really good.
It's all right, Joe.
Yeah. Oh, well.
What do we got to look forward to tomorrow?
We've got the third place game for WoW and the final for WoW, then the third place game for Quake Live and the final for Quake Live, and then the Counter-Strike final.
Sounds like it's going to be a great day.
Yeah. Once again, here comes Nothing. Down banana. This time Yehu will say no to Nothing. Take him out. Let's have a look at the positions. Good for nothing, as you may expect. Defending. And look at how Sway is set out here. Really. It's like...
Can we control
pretty
the
much
entire
nothing.
map without actually committing to any one area?
Yeah, they've lost one man here in Banana, and you'd think, well, we should get together now. And I don't know. Technical's moving back down towards spawn. Ness is having a look at middle, thinking should I come up. A to Z is peeking every now and then, so he might have had his head taken off, and he will go down. He's good for nothing, and we're going to stick with him and see what he can do. Actually, it will be Technical to kill. Now Fraud will look to be the man of the hour. Or man of the minute, really. Which is probably how long this round has roughly lasted. Where have they gone? Oh, it's a bit of a fake look. They've gone back up towards that netted site, and they're going to look to plant. Let's watch Storm, who's in here on the bomb site. He takes down one, but there's Ness. 1 versus 1, actually. It's Fraud versus Ness. Ness going in for the plant. Fraud holding quite firm. I'll spray through these boxes. Still doesn't know where that last man is, and when he finally figured it out, he took a big hit. Yeah, he's down to 23. 23 versus 34. Fraud spraying those bullets off, and Ness is going to take him, and Sway have picked up their first round to bring it to 10-1. Wasn't it the 11th round before they got one in on Nuke as well?
Could be.
Maybe.
You're quite right. It looks like they're struggling here, the Sway side, to really offer anything up. EG are too good, there's no doubt about that, but still, EG are not really being questioned at all. We're going to see whether Sway can add to their tally.
I don't know if Sway are doing a fairly decent job again. They've got the opening frag, and they've spread out here up that up towards that banana site, and they've got the second one as well. That was with Ness. Is there anyone defending there? Yes. It's going to be nothing. Ian and Ness are moving over to netted. The other 3 remaining players looking for the kind of dummy attack maybe here onto the banana site. Are they going to be able to get more kills in this bomb site? No, not yet. There's nothing. Nothing will go down, though. And certainly, I think EG are expecting them to push this round. And he is. Oh, Lurpis there was flashed up, and that was very unlucky. They could have got more from that. Storm's taken off one. He's actually the last man alive here for EG. Sway are obviously running away from that position and are going to go and plant towards the netted site. Storm's going to obviously know this and will chase down, but look at that. Wisely checking all the positions, which is something that Sway didn't do on certain occasions. And Storm actually coming out on top of that kill. Not sure how that really happened. And it's now Ness, who was the hero of the last round, actually, for EG's opponents. And, oh, actually, Ian was alive as well. Sorry, didn't realise. And that will end it. Second round on the board. And this is very similar to what happened on Nuke, actually. You know, a really strong start by EG. I don't know if they just, like, got bored or something, but then just started dropping a few rounds. Maybe it's just Sway adapting, to be honest, but who knows.
The moment Sway get that one round, they fly into their second. And now is the stage is built for the comeback.
Well, to be honest, 10-5's not that bad from T side of Inferno. Still doable. But will they get to 5? This round is looking good for them. And until Lurpis dropped a double kill with the grenade down middle. Storm has got one of his own, but Sway are moving into this bomb site. Advantage is with Evil Geniuses. Nothing starting to work his way in. Storm is inside of Carpenter's hallway, and Good for Nothing will be taken out by A to Z. Not good there for EG. And maybe Sway will move up to 3. Wishful thinking. A to Z still waiting. Where is the bomb, actually? Ah, there it is, look. The bomb is down by Storm. And then Sway have got a real dilemma on their hands. They should probably go together to get the bomb. Not one by one. Just a thought here. There's nothing to spray down A to Z. Storm has taken down Yeyu as well. And that will be the 11th round for Team EG here on the CT side.
And now that they've picked up that round, they have stopped any money that Sway may have been amassing, and will leave them probably needing to save. But you can see the Ian spawned right up the front. Sway will probably, or if this were a European team, you'd see them probably try and rush one of the two sites given that advanced spawn. But Sway perhaps not going to do that. We don't know. We're about to find out as Ian is going as fast as he can up the middle, and his flash has done the job. And this is what we've missed from Sway so many times, that their nades have actually done any work for them. They just didn't have the weapons to actually back it up that time, and now they are gone and dead.
Yeah, certainly are dead. And that will be 12-2. And, you know, that leaves them then in a position of pistol round, because obviously EG moving on to T side. If they go up 13, win pistol, game's over. And, you know, at 12-2 or even, you know, 12-3, we'll have to see if Sway can really offer up anything in this half, because so far there's just been nothing special there from them. It's been distinctly average from Sway. EG are just outclassing them in pretty much every field. Yeah, those 2 rounds that they put on the board, they were well played. I won't take that away from Sway, but the rest of it has just not come together for them. Let's have a look now as they attack Banana. Again, the strat that we've seen so many times. 2 over by Ian. And the rest on Banana. But the problem is that Nothing is there, and again he will take down 2. Let's keep watching Nothing as he takes the head of Technical. And guess who's left alive? Oh, it's not Ian. It's Yehu. He's probably going to be hit in the back, but actually Frod will get to him first. Yehu will go down, and that is the 13-2 half that EG will be very, very happy with there. And maybe will have felt that they shouldn't have even lost those 2 rounds. No. And of course now they move over to that T side. We're going to get the restarts in straight away now. And to be honest, they're going to look to close this game straight off.
And they should do. I mean, there's nothing to stop them here. They've not dropped a single pistol round yet.
Yep.
And you would favor them to pick up the pistol round and then to race on and win this match. But we'll see. Remember, coming up after this, we've Complexity versus Blight as the next game, which we hope will be a touch closer than this. But in all honesty, I doubt it.
Here is Sway. They could get the first kill, actually, but Lerp is somehow coming out on top of that one. Ness will bring one back. A to Z is actually on that Banana walkway, but here is EG moving up towards that netted site, and they've absolutely ripped through this bomb site. Ness and A to Z, the other 2 people alive for Sway, are actually over here coming up towards the middle area, and surely going to go down. Only A to Z to drop Nothing, and they're going to rush him here, and it is Frod who gets the frag at the end, and that is 14 rounds to 2.
14-2. 2 more to do it. And once this pistol round is converted, because the CT side can't buy out, then that should be the lot. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay has left the building.
Not just yet. Now he has.
He says goodnight to Miffy on the ESL comments.
Let's see if Sway've got anything to offer whatsoever on Eco here on CT side. Head pretty much says no. But your heart says yes. Maybe they can. But I don't think so, honestly. And Yehu is actually already down to 36. Bomb is with, I think, Nothing. Oh, yeah, over towards the netted site. Lopez is actually going to peek here on Banana anyway, so let's just stick with him and see what he can do. Always nice to see how Lopez is doing. At the minute, just edging his way around looking for those frags. Just looks so easily done at the moment here for Lopez. Actually, they've lost Technical. Where was that last man? They're losing them left, right, and centre here. Not going good at all for EG. They've lost 3 weapons, and now Nothing has to pull out an amazing performance. Let's just say that. He's taken down Ian in like a 180 spin there. Oh, getting around him, and Nothing will go down to Yehu, and it's a 2nd round win. A bounce back for Sway to bring it to 14-3.
And they just don't want to let up. So they think that they're going to pull this one out. They think they just will not say no. As we are waiting on this one completing. And EG have lost the pistol round momentum, which is a surprise, but we'll see whether it makes any difference in the long run. I doubt it. I think Sway have got weapons and they know how to use them. Whoa. 4 frags to the good, and that will be round number 2 to Sway, and they pick themselves up in the end, their 4th round in total.
Yep, 14-4. What's going to happen next of all? I think EG are going to bounce back this round straight away. Let's see. That's the split right now. Good for nothing actually up on the ladder there. He might just camp back and wait for Sway to go aggressive. And try and do what EG did to them at the first. And actually here comes Lurpis, and he didn't spot that 2-man stack until too late. And double flash. That's surely going to hurt EG here. Nope, because it's not going to be followed up by Sway. And you've got to follow those kind of things up. It makes no sense not to do that. There goes Ian. Sprayed down by nothing. Actually, it's not a double for nothing. Good for nothing was there as well. They have done some damage over by the other side. Yayu's double, the only thing that's keeping Sway from going down right now to a match point situation. Nothing hops across. We'll get the plant in. Ness is coming from library. Technical also there as well. 2 versus 2. Let's watch Storm. He is going to spot them, and his teammate there will be annoyed to see him cover him, and Storm will go down to Technical, and Sway are hanging in there. 14-5.
That 2-on-2, actually, EG sort of looked a little bit lapsidaisical on that.
Yeah.
They should have picked that one up.
Not sure, they just weren't covering each other in, the correct places.
But bomb planted means they will buy weapons, and they're buying Galils. Though Good for Nothing has an AK. And well, we're away, but it's all about Yayu in this half, as you can see on the scoreboard. And Sway offering up something here. They lead 3-1 in this second half. Forget the fact that it's actually 14-5 overall, and draw enthusiasm from the fact that they're leading in the second half. EG have committed up the middle, and they've got themselves a frag. Storm now ready to make a push down the carpeted hallways. He's got one beneath him, and this is Technical that we're looking at here, who's about to have a Storm laid down upon him. As Yayu gets himself the frag onto Good for Nothing. Nass is in onto Lurpis, and Technical's
got to move, surely.
I think Technical's heard him. Storm's moved all the way back down through the middle. Here he is. And there is the bomb. Nothing gets himself the frag onto Nass. EG picking up frags and not truly committed at the moment. They're going to run this bomb up the middle now. Yayu is watching the banana, so is saying that the bomb's definitely not coming here. So these other two know that there's incoming his way. Technical still on 50 points of health, waiting to do some damage. It's all on him now to hold on to this site until Yayu can retreat and get over here. Technical lands a textbook frag onto Storm. And now there's just one man left up, who is Fraud with 9 points of health versus an AWP and Technical. He should know
below you.
And he does know it, but he can't do anything about it.
That was a great individual performance from Technical, and hats off to that man there for defending that netted site pretty much solo there. And that will bring us to a 14-6 scoreline. And Sway really are hanging in there. Obviously, first half was a big lead. 13 rounds to 2, obviously, it was for EG. Not sure how they're going to really put that many rounds on the board, but here's Technical once again, this time switching his position up a little and defending over by Banana. Yayu has taken down Good for Nothing, and a second there. That was Lurpis. Technical, as he moved away from him, got a kill as well, and it's now all on Storm. Woo. Storm, who, they're on an eco here. Not expecting all that much from them, and Yayu will snipe him off. So that's another one for Sway. Maybe just swaying the balance of this game.
Well, 14-7 almost makes this look like a close game. But EG will buy, and you have to feel that sooner or later they'll normal service will resume.
Don't know, is it just foot off the pedal for EG here, or have Sway really picked things up?
I've not seen an AK yet either on this round. Nope, there we go, now I have. Good for Nothing is up down the right-hand side. And will lead the assault with the bomb down there. Lurpus gets himself the frag onto Yeyu, who's been the danger man. And EG are now going to push in. With that entry frag, you'd favor them. But not with a fragging action like A2Z just offered there. Down from the right of the, down from the balcony into that middle carpeted hallway. Ness and Ian follow up with 2 more. It's all on nothing. 1 versus 3. Taking fire and dead.
That was fantastic again, although not to credit him too much, they were lined up. So, you know, they were definitely lined up for that shot. But still, he made it and he didn't die, so I'll let you have that one, A to Z. Yeah, just looking down the scoreboard, Yeyu 11-3, Technical 10-1. And at the moment, good for nothing. He's not putting up the performances we saw from him earlier. He is 1-6. I think those grenades have done a fair amount of damage, though, to Sway. Or to Ian alone, actually. There you go with the smokes. And the flashes over towards Banana as well from Storm. Yeyu has picked off the first one. They should really follow that up there. Try and take out that AWP player who's going to flash in. They'll flash back around. Nothing has taken down Yeyu. Surely they're going to hit this site now, EG. Or at least nothing is causing some trouble. They're not. They're going to rotate back around onto the netted site, I think. Fraud moving up that middle area. Let's have a look. And Sway have been forced back around. Ness has taken down nothing. And I know that they're actually pushing into this site now. As Fraud looks to get that bomb in position. A to Z waits for his 3 teammates. It is a 3 versus 3 as the bomb is ticking away. He's looking for more around mid. Checking all the pillars. A to Z will go that way with him as well. He has to start to move quickly. 3-on-3 on this site is very difficult. There's good for nothing and Fraud. It's now all on Technical, who's had a great second half here. Well, he won't pull it off this round, and EG will finally move up to match point here in this match. It's 15 rounds to 8.
It is, and they're about to put Sway out of their misery finally, and that means that Complexity will be ready to start this one back up. Sway will probably buy whatever they can rather than risking a save. And you can see they've got an AWP that will line up on the small site. They're going to back it up as well with a with some cover as well. So Sway lined up and ready to go, shooting down towards the middle. Where are EG? Still nowhere to be seen, in fact, from Sway's position. We'll keep an eye on Yeyu as he may get Lurpus coming along that way in just a moment. But thus far, nothing doing. He's probably contemplating the meaning of life whilst waiting on Lurpus there. Here we go. We'll go back onto him. There's action coming his way as he doesn't have the opportunity to land a shot onto him. And now he's got incoming as well, Yeyu, and he'll be calling for that second man that was with him to back him up. And again and again and again, he's been pushed back by the push and the nades from EG without even seeing them. Good for nothing's gone down. As Lurpus finds himself the frag onto Ian as well. EG actually haven't committed.
Yeah. Back off there from EG, although they're still pushing 3 men. They will be joined by the final one still alive. There's Yeyu to open things off. Let's get around to Yeyu, who's got himself 2, but nothing will get himself a double as well. And now it is 2 versus 2. Bomb will be planted by EG. This could be the round that they needed. Nothing's taken a big hit there. And he's looking for one of these frags. Just 1 kill would make this round so much easier for EG. Nothing's down to 50. What will he see? He will see a flash, so he knows where they're coming. Technical has taken down 1. It's now all on Storm, who picks off the 1. It's 1 versus 1 to finish the round and win the match for EG, and Storm will do it. And EG are pushing through into the grand final here of the Intel Extreme Masters American Championships. And what a fantastic performance from EG. And, you know, 16-8. That did this game some injustices, I think. 13-2 first half CT defense from EG was brilliant. Second half, you know, credit where credit's due to Sway. They managed to get themselves back in for a little while, but I think 16-8 was not really the fairest scoreline to reflect how close the game was.
No, I think you're quite right there. I think Sway were here simply to make up the numbers. But third place does take prize money as well. However, EG have made sure that they are already on their flight to Seabit. And that's the important part. That's where the big money is. And we're going to be back in just a short while.
Yeah, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. But of course, when we come back, it will be the second semi-final of today in Counter-Strike 1.6. It'll be Blight versus the winners, actually, of Group B, and the kind of second favourites, you may say, coming into this tournament as well. It's, of course, Complexity, so don't go anywhere.